Hi guys. Get off me.
Say hi. So what are we doing today? Comic-Con! Motherfucker! We're going to Comic-Con. We're just parked now and we're going in. We'll take you with me. That wretched cow in the back
Hi there.
has told me that I shouldn't take my GoPro stand thing in, whatever it's called. One of these.
Too obvious.
One of these.
Obvious.
Because she says I won't be allowed to film in there. But I think we are. You excited, Ian? We've had a McDonald's breakfast, haven't we? We're all filled up. Part-time vegan in the back. A vegan that eats eggs.
I don't eat eggs. I haven't had.
Yeah, eggs and pizza.
No
Right.
pizza. I took the cheese off it.
So we're going in and we'll see what's happening in there. Hopefully it's not too busy. Hopefully we can film some stuff.
The Hoff.
The Hoff. I'm actually more excited to see him from Gremlins. What's his name?
Gizmo.
Zach Galligan or something like that.
Gizmo's going to be there.
Yes, Gizmo's going to be there and the family from E.T.
But Gizmo. The family from E.T. minus Drew Barrymore because she's too good for this.
Right, let's go. We'll see you inside.
Fantastic to bring on stage. Zach Galligan, everyone! How are you doing, Zach?
Doing great. Doing fantastic.
Yeah. Thank you for coming. Have you been to Edinburgh before, Scotland before?
Never been, well, I've been to Scotland before, but I've never been to Edinburgh before. I was in Glasgow in December. We did a couple of I periodically do Gremlins Christmas screenings here in the UK. Did some at the Prince Charles Cinema in London in 2015, 2016, and then last year I did a kind of a 10-city UK tour, 10 cities in 10 nights, and I really enjoy it. I mean, in certain ways, it's arguably bigger today than it was when it came out, really. Certainly in terms of its reputation, and in terms of the way that it has penetrated the culture. You know, I mean, the word gremlin or gremlins when it came out, it was kind of a forgotten term from like the 40s and 50s. You know, gremlins were originally supposedly little creatures that messed up airplanes during World War II, and it was just kind of like a World War II expression. You know, and it faded away, and then. Now, Gremlins, I mean, I'll be reading the Wall Street Journal or something like that, and someone will say something, you know, embedded in an article about Wall Street or something, they'll say, well, you know, blah, 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 and the stocks go down, but maybe, you know, we don't want to feed them after midnight, and you're like, whoa, wait a second. You know, the rules, a lot of those things are kind of embedded now into the culture, into things like, you know, things that you would see just around. You know, people make references to it all the time. You know, they'll say something like, don't get it wet, or something like that. You'd be like, what? Hey, whoa, you know, that's the movie. What's like, so the extent to which it's penetrated and permeated the culture is pretty impressive. And then Gremlins 2 was in 1990. So I would say, you know, and Gremlins 2 didn't really do all that well. Kind of bombed, quite honestly. Kind of killed the franchise a little bit. So by the mid-90s, the whole sort of Gremlins thing had kind of, I wouldn't say it had faded, but it was definitely kind of muted. Then starting around 98, 99, of course, you have sort of the internet really making its presence start to be felt. And by the mid-2000s, nerd culture is really starting to take off. And in the last 15 years, maybe 10 years, probably more accurate, the resurgence of anything having to do with the 80s, Stranger Things is a perfect example, but the triumvirate of Gremlins, Ghostbusters, Back to the Future is just, those three movies are so, they make almost every list that you can think of about best 80s movies.
Oh, straight away over there, there's somebody with a hand up.
There's been a lot of speculation about Gremlins 3. Will we see it?
So the inevitable Gremlins 3 question. Congratulations, you know, this is the 25th anniversary of the very first time I got asked about Gremlins 3 in 1993. Talking about Gremlins 2, just to put it in perspective. They worked on Gremlins 2 for like a year and a half, maybe 2 years, and called me up with they called me up in February, we started shooting in May. They called me up in February, they're like, would you like to do Gremlins 2? I was like, are you doing it? They're like, yeah. You didn't know? I was like, no, I have no idea. They're like, are you free? I'm like, well, I am now. But I mean, like, I got maybe 10 weeks notice for Gremlins 2. So people always people come to me and they're like, you're on the inside, Zach. What are they telling you? I'm like, I'm not on the inside. I'm just an actor for hire. I don't have anything to do with making the movies or, you know, like, I'm on the inside club. I'm inside the velvet ropes making all the Gremlins decisions. I have no idea. When I hear about like what's going on with Gremlins 3, it's usually because someone on Twitter says, have you seen the latest article about what's going on with Gremlins 3? I'm like, no, one of you guys is telling me about what's happening with Gremlins 3. So it's funny because I come to these things and people are like, what's going on with Gremlins 3? I'm like, I don't know, can someone forward me the latest article? Because it's not, it just doesn't really work that way. Like even with the new Star Wars movies, I believe they took Harrison Ford and Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher out to dinner, and they were like, we're doing new ones, do you want to do it? But they were basically done, for all intents and purposes. Not done, but I mean like written and planned and plotted and stuff like that, and they just kind of assume, if they throw enough money at you, that you're going to do them, and you know what, they're really quite correct. They're dead on, as far as that's concerned.
So this is about as exciting as it gets for lunch. A hot dog and a pastry. That's all they had left. No one told us they were not serving food after 2. So it was just hot dogs left. And we're going to hang about a wee bit and then go and see David Hasselhoff. Yeah, and then go home. I'm going to eat this hot dog and enjoy it. The whole town there, I've not seen them yet. Where is it? No one's here. Might as well just go back up and look at the merch. and just go sit in the auditorium and watch who's folk come and go. You having fun, Ian? We're just having another look at the merch and then we're going to go and see David Hasselhoff. We've still not spotted him yet, have we? Apparently he's on at 4:20 in the auditorium, so we're going to go and have a look for him. My sister's, my vegan sister's away to buy a cupcake. Are you getting one? Yeah, the Biscoff one.
It's a week.
A weekend being a vegan and you're buying one of these. Wow.
White chocolate. That's unicorn food.
We're gonna go and say hi to this guy. Everyone's nervous. Are they? Right, let's walk behind her. Oh. So we met him, didn't we? I was the one that plucked up the courage and spoke to him. They all made me go over and no one said a word. Sitting with bright red faces.
And wave. Like this.
He looked totally awkward. No, he wasn't, he was fine. So we've left, haven't we? Because the queue for the David Hasselhoff photos is going to take at least an hour and he's meant to be on stage at 4:20 and it's like the back of 4 now.
And he'll only cancel anyway.
So we've sacked off the Hoff. We got a glimpse of him, but they were being funny about folk taking pictures from afar.
You should have got an image of the tree. They put a tree.
Oh, they put like a 6-foot guy in front of the photo area so no one could take pictures. So we sacked it off and we're going to go and get a cup of tea somewhere, aren't we?
Yeah.
So we're just going back to the car and I'm going to drop everyone off and then go home. I didn't even buy anything at this one because the stuff wasn't that good. So that's us finished up for the day. We've left a bit early, haven't we?
Yeah.
Let me breath run back to that car. We've left a bit early because David Hasselhoff was taking a piss a wee bit, wasn't he?
A wee bit. Drama.
Drama llama. And the queue for his photos was just going to take so long. He was meant to be on stage coming up now. There's just no way he was getting through that queue.
No.
And we didn't want to sit and wait for him to just cancel anyway because no one had spotted him all day. He never even came out all day, did he?
No.
So we are going home, calling it a day. We've done what we wanted to do. I wanted to meet the guy from Gremlins and I did that. And we looked at some of the merch. I didn't buy anything. I felt that HorrorCon in May was a lot better than that. It was still a good day, but I'm more of a horror fan than like sci-fi stuff, so I didn't buy anything. But my sister got a couple of things. A pin. Who's that?
That's a pickle Rick, but it's a gift for someone who was going to come but didn't make it, and that's for me.
That's for you. And how much were they?
They were £8 for the two.
That's alright.
No bad.
And we bought some cakes as well, didn't we?
No.
Louise, there's footage of you buying that cake. The non-vegan cake. So yeah, that's it. That was the horror. That was not HorrorCon.
Oh no! Wait!
Oh, she bought something
I
else.
did. I bought something. I knew I had bought something else. And look.
What
at
the
him.
fuck is that?
He's a sticker. He's a raccoon.
A raccoon sticker.
Look how cute.
And where's that going?
On my laptop.
Wow.
Next to my red panda sticker.
Wow. So that's the end of Comic Con video. Hope you enjoyed it. It was okay.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. See you in the next video. Say bye, Ian.
Bye.
Bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao.